What happens when your favorite news show stars get a life-threatening disease and must leave the stage? From Neil Cavuto, who battled cancer and MS, to Charles Krauthammer, whose health issues shaped the world before his death. Storytelling about power and survival. What really happened behind the scenes when legendary speakers quit speaking? Watch the untold story of Fox News anchors who were taken off the show to fight for their life. Harvard-trained psychiatrist and best-selling author Charles Krauthammer, the dean of conservative commentators, was diagnosed with small intestinal cancer. Longtime Fox News commentator, Pulitzer Prize winner, and best-selling author. After graduating from Harvard Medical School in 1975, Krauthammer worked for Carter. After 2 years, he received the Pulitzer Prize for postwriting in 1987. Krauthammer wrote for Time. Krauthammer was a Renaissance man who excelled in psychology, speeches, print journalism, and TV. Outstanding psychiatric research and clinical care earned him the Edwin Dunlop Prize. He won the 1987 Pulitzer Prize for commentary for his Washington Post work and the 1984 National Magazine Award for his New Republic work. His book, Things That Matter: 3 Decades of Passions, Pastimes, and Politics, was an immediate New York Times bestseller for 10 weeks, desired for about 40 years. Krauthammer's calm, philosophical speech matched his psychology background and meticulous study of human behavior. Based on this background, Krauthammer claimed that once the Berlin Wall fell in 1990, the globe had become one side with the US as the sole powerhouse. He also coined the term Reagan Doctrine. Despite his physical challenges, Krauthammer maintained his toughness by establishing a strong personality. His rash judgment kept him in a wheelchair for most of the time. He briefly swam with a friend before a tennis match when he was 22 and in his first year at Harvard. We swim and dive, and I smashed my head on the pool bottom. He told Fox News about his life in 2013. I'm surprised I didn't chop my head. It hit at the right angle to concentrate the impact on the neck vertebrae, which sliced the spinal cord. Krauthammer never wanted to be defined by his wheelchair. He told the Washington Post, "I don't like it when they make a big deal out of it being called brave bothers me most. That distracts me." Fox News hired Krauthammer 10 years ago. Conservatives and liberals praised his well-reasoned remarks. On June 8, 2018, a note to readers was his last Washington Post piece, and he announced that his cancer had returned and his fight was done. Something has kept me quiet for 10 months. I had thought that silence would soon be coming to an end, but I'm afraid I must tell you now that fate has decided on a different course for me, said Krauthammer, who regularly appeared on Fox News Channel's Special Report. He revealed he underwent a procedure in August to remove a cancerous tumor in my abdomen, which he believed to be successful, unfortunately. It caused a cascade of secondary complications, and had been in the hospital battling them. Krauthammer concluded his farewell column for the Post. I leave this life with no regrets. It was a wonderful life, full and complete with the great loves and great endeavors that make it worth living. I am sad to leave, but I leave with the knowledge that I lived the life that I intended. He died on the 21st of June, 2018. Following the news of the death of his good friend, Bayer posted on Twitter, "I am sure you will be owning the panel discussion in heaven as well, and will make sure your wise words and thoughts, your legacy, will live on here." Another famous Fox News host taken off the air after a deadly diagnosis is Neil Cavuto. Whether he's covering the upcoming presidential election or reporting on the latest business story, broadcast journalist Neil Cavuto exudes confidence and poise. In fact, few people know that Cavuto has multiple sclerosis. Despite being diagnosed 15 years ago with this degenerative neurologic disease, he continues to maintain a thriving career, serving as senior vice president, anchor, and managing editor of business news for both Fox Business Network and Fox News Channel. He anchors 2 daily news shows on 2 different networks, including the top-rated cable news program in its time slot. After his diagnosis, people began offering support and sharing their own stories of survival in the face of serious illness with him. Cavuto remembers feeling both inspired and humbled by these stories, many of which he included in his best-selling book, More Than Money: True Stories of People Who Learned Life's Ultimate Lesson. Cavuto considers himself lucky to have been diagnosed with MS in the late 1990s. After researchers had introduced treatments that could slow the progression of the disease and reduce flare-ups. If I had been diagnosed 10 years earlier, I think my story would be drastically different. Cavuto says, doctors apparently noticed a large chest mass when he arrived. Advanced Hodgkin's lymphoma was diagnosed via biopsy. 3 months of radiotherapy followed 8 months of intensive chemotherapy. Neil Cavuto departed the show after contracting COVID-19 and asthma. He described touch and go situations in an intensive care unit. Cavuto said physicians informed him he would not have survived without the vaccine's protection. Cavuto claimed he wasn't here to debate Fox star's vaccine skepticism. He argued he owed viewers a description of his illness after begging for privacy. Cavuto resumed work after a second COVID-19 attack that nearly killed him on February 22, 2022. Fox News host Matt Napolitano is the latest to contract a deadly virus. He started as a newscaster after graduating from Hofstra. His career began with Merlin Media. Also worked for TMZ. After that, he worked for Fox News Media for 7 years. Napolitano began writing for Fox News Headlines 247 on XM in 2015. The station promoted him to sports columnist immediately. A few months in 2022, he left his full-time employment at the corporation, but returned in November when Fox News expanded its radio programming business. Fox News anchor and reporter Napolitano created and produced programming for all audio channels. He covered sports for Cavuto coast to coast on Fox Business Network during the week. Fox News Edge, which provides news and video packages to Fox stations nationwide, used his voice. Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott called Napolitano a smart and gutsy journalist. Matt hosted, wrote, and produced for our audio services. He loved journalism his lifelong career. Scott wrote Fox News employees on December 24th. Jeopardy delighted Napolitano. When not working, he fulfilled a teenage desire by appearing on the syndicated game program in 2020. He carefully applied for the show. He reached the bonus round on Wheel of Fortune in 2016. The news anchor and reporter died of an inflammatory condition in December 2023. His husband, Ricky Whitcomb, stated that. 33. Ricky informed everyone Christmas Eve. He talked about the late reporter and uploaded a cute photo of her with a puppy in a car on X, formerly Twitter. He added, "It breaks my heart to say that my husband, Matt Napolitano, died this morning. He enjoyed his job in giving radio and TV news." He also praised his late partner's reporting honesty and sports passion. Honest and fact-oriented. He said, "You may thank him for the Jets' late win today." Ricky explained the journalist's death in another tweet. Nearly 20 years ago, a doctor told his family he had autoimmune illness and died from an infection. After his death, Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott wrote to workers that we were lucky to benefit from his love of news at Fox. Matt and Ricky married at Queens Botanical Garden in May. The later anchor posted cute wedding images with amusing captions. He wrote, "Ricky, I love you so much after the Bills defeated the Jets." Another Fox News presenter with a catastrophic disease story is Jerry Willis. I'm American and anchor and personal finance expert for Fox Business in New York. The news station has employed her for over 10 years since March 2010. She hosted the afternoon Fox Business Network show The Willis Report. Willis was born August 14, 1959, in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. She joined Fox Business Network in March 2010. Willis writes personal finance and anchors network news. Willis was CNN Business News personal finance editor. He hosted the weekly half-hour show Your Bottom Line, about saving money and how the economy affects finances. She was Smart Money's senior financial reporter before joining CNN. The American University School of Communication and Investment Company Institute's Education Foundation awarded Willis the 2001 Excellence in Retirement Savings Reporting Award. Her business books include The Smart Money Guide to Real Estate Investing and Home Rich. Willis was diagnosed with breast cancer in May 2016. After she felt anything was wrong and told her doctor in April 2016. Later, she said her cancer battle had helped her reconnect with her faith. Willis announced on January 28, 2020, that she would take time off for cancer surgery. She added, "I've been telling you a secret. I've been open about my breast cancer diagnosis and 8 months of treatment for 3 years. It changed many aspects of my life. A routine Pap smear this month revealed something unexpected after I thought my cancer battle was over. Cancer-like growth on my cervix." She added, "I wasn't ready for that. My breast cancer memories returned. Like cancer patients, I felt worry, fear, and wondered. At least 610,000 Americans died from this awful disease last year. Is this my final time? As I meet more survivors, they too often tell the same story," she said. They may state their diagnosis followed a breakup, drinking, and family estrangement. I'm not suggesting these things are the reason, but facing a formidable enemy makes you consider what matters. Willis was initially hesitant to discuss her new condition, but she did so to raise awareness. Our next pick is Bob Bichelle. Bichelle joined Fox News as a political commentator in 2000. As an original 5 host, he returned in 2011. The 5 was originally planned to air for 5 weeks in July 2011 to fill the time slot. The long-running news show is currently one of the most popular on TV. Beckel was at the start of the 5 with Dana Perino and Greg Gutfeld. Both Perino and Gutfeld co-host the show after 12 years. He briefly worked for CNN in 2015, but he returned to the 5 to be its liberal voice. Beckel left Fox News in 2017. After years in politics, Beckel became a left analyst and pundit on TV. Beckel was a State Department employee from 1977 to 1980. He was Carter's youngest Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. Before that, Beckel managed Walter Mondale's presidential campaign nationally. He managed the winning Democratic nomination race. Beckel publicly admitted to long-term drug usage. He talked about these topics in his 2015 book, I Should Be Dead My Life Surviving Politics, TV, and Addiction. Beckel and buddy Cal Thomas wrote the USA Today blog Common Ground for over 10 years. The column presented two perspectives on a topic from 2005 to 2015. Beckel, a veteran Democratic planner, represented the left, while Thomas, a radio broadcaster and evangelical Christian, represented the right. Sean Hannity, Bob's co-worker, announced his death on February 22, 2022. He replied, "We miss him already." Writer Cal Thomas broke the news. Thomas helped Bob improve his life, Bob claims. He called longtime network pundit Bob Bichel my friend and spiritual brother on Facebook, saying he loved him. "I hope we exhibited what two ideologically diverse people may be like when they love each other through our many activities." We wrote a USA Today article and a book with that name for 10 years. I Should Be Dead is his satirical book title. Easy to read, the novel is about a hard existence that has changed a lot in 15 years. Bob, see you soon. You're loved. Beckel's daughter Mackenzie and son Alex remarked, "We are deeply saddened by our father's passing. We take comfort in his gentle death. Please give our family peace while hurting and pondering. USA Today and our close family friends have helped our dad and family. We appreciate them." Another Fox News personality, Lindy Thaxton, died from a sickness. Lindy Thaxton, 43, a Fox News anchor, says she no longer fears her colon cancer will return. 4 years cancer-free, the person is still feeling some physical repercussions, but she's grateful for her progress since 2020. Lindy posted a full health report and a lovely makeup-free photo on Instagram on Tuesday. Thaxton said, "That was the last good sleep I had in a long time. I woke up and heard the doctor remark, 'We'll biopsy,' that the nurse covered my ears and said, 'She's awake.' I asked the recovery nurses, 'Is it colitis or something?' And that was the first time I experienced the look people give when you'll likely die," said the startling experience. "My family and I appreciate your support even today. You fed us, mowed our yard, prayed for us, encouraged us day and night, and kept me going mentally and physically." Ending on a happier note, she added the viewer hate mail returned, confirming my health. Thaxton became famous as a Fox News affiliate co-anchor and host in Indiana with Scott Jones and Wixon. She is beautiful and has millions of viewers owing to her news coverage. Lindy began her career as a reporter and anchor at First Coast News in Jacksonville, Florida. She became a Southern Illinois news anchor and general assignment reporter at WSIL-TV. After 3 years as a news anchor and general assignment reporter at WLFI-TV in Lafayette, Indiana, Lindy left. Lindy Thaxton was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer in May 2020. Her followers worried about her health after many surgeries and protracted hospital stays. She said she managed the disease after 4 operations, 15 rounds of chemo tablets and radiation, and 10 rounds of IV chemotherapies. Her recovery was proclaimed with thanks to fans, colleagues, and doctors, family and friends who prayed, gave, and supported her in her time of need. She announced that her disease had spread to her left lung later that year. Thaxton's lung operation was successful, resulting in her cancer-free status.